Listen, this camera, I'm using my phone, okay? Yeah, I'm using my phone. It's really trying me today. It tried me last time, it's trying me this time. We gonna get through this though. Hey guys, welcome back. Whitney Rose here with another video. I think we're gonna do something a little different today. We are going to talk about some essentials for your makeup bag if you're a beginner. Is it me, or do we spend too much time talking about brushes and doing tutorials and maybe even giving some recommendations for products if you're a beginner, but nobody ever really talks about what to put in the bag if you're a beginner? I personally struggled with this in the beginning, and I just thought to myself, why doesn't anybody ever talk about or share items that are really great for somebody who is learning how to do makeup, or somebody that's really trying to just add to their very, very limited and small collection? So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna talk about those things. I got several items laid out here for you guys, but we're gonna get through them quickly. All right, so let's get started. So the first product that I want to share with you guys is an eyeshadow palette. I think everybody needs one main eyeshadow palette that has a little bit of everything going on with it when they're in the beginning stages of learning how to do their makeup. Too many times we find ourselves reaching for in the stores these palettes based on how pretty they are and not really how functional they are if you don't really know how to get creative with the eye looks, or if you just don't even really know how to apply them. One of my personal favorite eyeshadow palettes is by Tarte, and it's the Tarteist Pro palette, which this is what it looks like. Now if you see here, there is a wide range of shades here, and they've also got some duochrome foiled eyeshadows that are really pretty. These shades right here will allow you to do a smoky look. This will give you a nice warm look. You got some cool tones here that will allow you a neutral look if you want to kind of combine a few things. This palette ranges for, I think, $50, but when you sign up on Tarte's website for their email list, you are able to actually get a coupon code, and I think it's 15% off. So if you're out here looking for a palette that's going to allow you to create multiple looks, that Tarteist Pro palette, in my opinion, is the way to go. The next product we're going to talk about here are primers. So me personally, I use two separate primers. I use one for my face and I use one for my eyelids. In all honesty, it's not 100% necessary to buy an eyelid primer unless you're the type of person that doesn't really care too much for foundation. And there are people out there that like everything else about a makeup look except foundation. One of my favorite primers for the eyelid is this Urban Decay Primer Potion. These were at one point, I think, like 50% off on the Sephora website, which made them like $8, and they may have raised the price back up to their regular price, which I believe is $16. But either way, this was something that I got just because I wanted to try it. I had heard really great things about it, and it does work. It is great. But the main thing you want to remember though, when you're using any kind of primer or concealer on your eyelids, is to set it with either a loose setting powder or set it with your pressed powder so that your eyeshadows blend better. Now, for overall primer, I like to use the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer. This is a little bit of a thicker consistency than even something like the Primer Potion, but this is great for me because I have very oily skin, and I feel like this keeps me. It does not take much. I literally run my finger over it. I don't dig into it or anything, and I put it on my oily places, which usually are, of course, my T-zone, and this keeps me matte all day long. So next, we're going to talk about powders that I think are really essential for beginners. It's not always necessary to have a loose setting powder, but I think that they are really great for especially the under eyes when you use concealer. One of my favorite loose setting powders is by Laura Mercier, which is this one right here. This is the medium deep loose setting powder, but she also has a translucent one. These are a little bit more pricey, so if you're not really in the market to spend $32 for a loose setting powder, Fiona Styles actually has one that's available at Ulta, and it is only $13. $13 for a loose setting powder, and it has great reviews. Now, my favorite overall powder, or one of my favorite overall powders, it's not loose, but it's a pressed powder, is the Makeup Forever Duo Matte, and I'm in the shade 218. I've been using it consistently. I used it today. It does keep you matte. I do appear to be a little bit shiny, but I think that's mostly just a reflection from the light, because honestly, like when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm still matte, and I'm definitely not mad about that. So I think between the primer and the powder, I think that combination works beautifully. So the next item I think is really important to have in your makeup bag is a good concealer. The Tarte Shape Tape is a really popular one that I think is phenomenal. It is phenomenal. I love this, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The NARS concealer that comes in the pot, I don't have it out here with me. That is everything. It is more pricey than this Shape Tape. And what I like about the Tarte Shape Tape is, again, Tarte always has discounts. NARS, not so much. You're usually gonna only get a discount with NARS when the Sephora VIB sale is going on. So that's why I really wanted to show you guys this, because I know that you can get a little bit of money off, but this is definitely like one of my top 3 favorite concealers. All right, so moving on to lip colors that I think universally everybody needs in their bag. It does not matter if you're black, if you're white, if you're Asian. It does not matter. It doesn't matter how light you are, how dark you are, how fair you are. Everybody needs these 3 ranges of colors. Everybody, in my opinion, needs a deep color, they need a fun, bright, vibrant color, and they need a nude or a neutral color. And I'm going to show you guys 3 of my favorite shades, starting with this one from ColourPop. This is one of their ultra matte lippies, and this is in the shade Avenue, and I've already swatched it. It's this one right here. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous shade, and I think that this would look good on anybody, because truthfully, it's dark on everybody. It doesn't matter how deep or how fair you are. This is going to be a really nice dark color on everybody. The only thing I don't like about these, they are super pigmented, but they are extremely drying. I remember the first time I wore this, oh my God, I thought my lips were about to just crack and break down into a million pieces. They were so dry. So if you're going to use this, be generous with any kind of lip balm or lip treatment that you use underneath, because it will most likely absorb 90% of the moisture, and these are going to be fairly uncomfortable. But I think that's kind of just the price you pay for wearing any kind of matte liquid lipstick. So the next shade is by Dose of Colors. Now this is really one of my favorite lipstick brands, because number one, these are very comfortable. The shade range is amazing. Pretty much every color looks good on every shade, and they do actually offer pictures of different skin tones, and you can really and truly see just how it will look on your complexion. They also very often offer discount codes. You mostly are going to see them through email alerts and through their Instagram page. And this is in the color Los Angeles, which is this color right here. So this is a fun, bright, vibrant color that I think universally goes well with everybody's skin tone. And then lastly, I think everybody needs a nice neutral or nude shade, and one of my favorites, which is a newbie for me, is the Sephora lip cream, and I think this is in the color Blackberry Sorbet, or Sorbet Sunrise, something like that. I can't quite remember exactly what the shade is, but the color is what I'm wearing now, and as you can see, it's a very nice nude neutral shade. And I think that this would look good on pretty much any, and hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I was interrupted by the UPS guy, but I think that this is an excellent, excellent color for just about anybody. I think that on deeper skin tones, it'll be the perfect nude. I think on fairer skin tones, it'll be a really nice, pretty mauve color. You really honestly can't go wrong with shades like this when you're looking for a nude or neutral shade of lipstick. Okay, so moving on to the eyes. Everybody needs a good eyebrow pencil. Now, if you are anything like me, and you really don't know how to create that real nice snatched eyebrow look, which I may not ever learn how to do that, just to be 100% honest, get you something cheap, girl. Get you something cheap until you learn how to snatch those eyebrows up. Okay, this is by ColourPop. This is another ColourPop product, and you know, this one is okay. It works just fine. This is in the shade Black and Brown. This is a self-sharpening, but be careful. I just discovered after having this for quite some time that once you go up, you can't come down. I don't know why they make products like this, but you see the end of it is pretty small, pretty precise. Not, you know, not too big, not too small. And then it comes with a nice little spoolie at the end, which I can definitely appreciate. And these are only like $5, I think, and you see they're pretty long, so you're gonna get a lot of product. These are probably not going to run out for quite some time, especially if you don't fill in your eyebrows on a regular basis. So the next item that we all need is a good eyeliner. I personally love a real smooth eyeliner that's not going to tug, and oftentimes I feel like the self-sharpening ones, not always, but a lot of times the self-sharpening ones are the way to go. I've had plenty of eyeliners in my days, and I've had plenty of eyeliners that you know, that you do have to sharpen, and they oftentimes just tug at the eyes, and they're not super pigmented. But this one I feel this is another ColourPop, and this is in the color Swerve. It's just a regular old black eyeliner, nothing special, and I've got it swatched here on the back of my hand right here, if you guys can see, and that's literally just 2 swipes, and that's the color payoff that you get with these. And these are $5 or $6. Everything on ColourPop's website is basically $5 or $6. So the next item that I think we all need in our makeup bag is a good mascara, and I chose this one. This is the Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte. I chose this one because this is always without fail on Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty list of sale items, and it's usually, I think, like either $12 or $14, which might be a little pricey to some people, but if you go to the drugstore, if you go to Target or Walmart, you're gonna pay $10 for a Maybelline mascara. So why not get one that's considered high-end that is essentially the same price, give or take a few dollars. Shh, be quiet, Maddox. The next product that I think everybody needs to have is a good blush. So I'm showing you guys this one. This is by NYX. You can get NYX at Target, you can get it at Ulta, and you can actually now get it at Dillard's, but Maddox, you're being rude. I'm showing you guys this one because this is actually a contour and a blush, and I think this was only like $8.99, so you're basically getting 2 shades for less than $5 a piece, and quite honestly, I don't think that you can really beat that. All right, so lastly, as far as makeup products that I think are really essential in your makeup bag is a really good setting spray. Now, I am not real picky about setting sprays because I don't use them very often, but what I have found myself reaching for, if you can see just how much is Maddox. I'm about to put this dog up. I'm about to lock him in the bathroom, y'all. He is loud and he is being very disruptive. You can't really see that great because of the light, but it's about halfway gone. I love Mario Badescu. I spoke very highly of this in my last video where I was sharing with you guys all the products that I got during the Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty, and I'm going to kill this dog if he does not shut up. Sit down and be quiet. Sit down. Look, he does not listen. You see him? Just rude. So the Mario Badescu is really excellent as a setting spray. This one I think is only like maybe $7 or $8, and during the 21 Days of Beauty sale, these are usually 25% off. And if you really aren't sure if you really want to use this or if you're even gonna like it, they actually have a small version that's only like $3. So either way, it's a win-win situation, because if you don't really get into setting sprays like that, or if you don't know if you're going to get into setting sprays like that, you're still not going to be paying very much whether you get the bigger size or you get the smaller size. All right, guys, so that's all I've got for you today. I apologize for this rude dog here in the background. Oh, he's asleep. I thought he was licking himself. I really hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to those of you who have subscribed. You guys just check back, and until then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.